Question addressed to Mr. Deedat, and it reads, through your knowledge of the Muslim faith, can you vouch for the fact that Muhammad was not anti-Christ?
In short, the question is whether Muhammad was not the anti-Christ. Anti-Christ means one who is opposed to Isa alayhi salam, one who is Dajjal. Dajjal is the term we use for anti-Christ. How can it be? Look, Islam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made it possible for us Muslims to believe in Jesus. No Muslim is a Muslim if he does not believe in Jesus. We Muslims are made to believe on the authority of this holy book, the Quran, that Jesus Christ was one of the mightiest messengers of God. We are made to believe that he was born miraculously. We are made to believe that he was the Christ, the Masih, the Messiah. We are made to believe that he gave life to the dead by God's permission and he healed those born blind and the lepers by God's permission. And the Christian Bible testifies to this, that our Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a true messenger of God. The test it gives. In the first epistle of John, chapter 4, it says, Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world. It continues, the spirit that confesseth that Jesus is the Christ is of God. A true spirit is a true prophet, and a false spirit is a false prophet. The prophet that says that Jesus is the Christ is of God, says his holy book. This is the test. Now, why don't you apply it? The holy prophet Muhammad is made to say, وَإِذْ قَالَتِ الْمَلَائِكَةُ يَا مَرْيَمُ, behold, the angel said, O Mary, Inna Allah yubashiruki bi kalimatin minhu, says Allah gives you glad tidings of a word from him. Ismuhul Masih, his name will be the Messiah, translated Christ, that Jesus is the Christ. If this is the test, here is the test. Why aren't you reasonable? Why don't you look up your own book and your book gives you the test? Apply it to Muhammad. And the book also says, by the fruits ye shall know them. Do men gather figs from the thistle or grapes from the thorn? He said, every good tree will bear good fruit, and every evil tree will bear evil fruit. By the fruits ye shall know them. And you count them on a man-to-man basis, the Muslim and the Christian, the Muslim and the Hindu, the Muslim and anybody else, in brotherhood, in piety, in charity, in sobriety. There is not another community that can show a candle to us that we are better than you. We have our shortcomings. We have our black sheep. We have, like any other community, we have the good and the bad. We have our drunkards that might put many a Christian under the table. We have. But as a people as a whole, the biggest society of teetotalers in the world are the Muslims. Biggest society of teetotalers, people who don't imbibe alcohol, are the Muslims. We have in my country, I'm boasting and nobody has contradicted me yet, that the Muslims of South Africa, we have the lowest alcoholic consumption. We have the lowest gambling rate. We have the lowest suicide rate. We have the lowest prison rate. We have the lowest divorce rate. And we have the highest charity rate in the country. Jesus said, by the fruits ye shall know them. It says, judge them by the fruits, not by individuals. This ruler had done certain thing wrong and that guy had done certain thing wrong. I said, why don't you look at your own man? You know, Hitler, who was he? Christian. Mussolini, who was he? Christian. Talk about them. Look.